Oh man, I am a little faded. My eyes look low as shit. We back with the Uncommon Sense Show. This part 3 of the show. We're gonna send an invitation out to everybody and keep the show moving right along. Right now, we're talking about Laurie Lightfoot. Personally, I call her Larry, Harry Larry. You know, that's just the way I feel tonight. Shit. And dig this. Now we're gonna go on and we're gonna get the show cracking in a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna send these send a link out. Oh, right here. Okay, check this out. But yeah, we get it cracking, man. You know what I'm saying? We tape every Tuesday. I usually post a show Thursday, somewhere around that time, and y'all can dig the vibes. Come check us out, man. Oh, did I already cut off the what you call it? Alicia.
Yeah.
You remember that song? You ever heard a group called The Floaters?
Mm-mm.
You never heard Float On?
Float on.
Remember that part where they say cancer? And my name is... Wait. let me stop.
You gonna start giving us your zodiac sign and telling us what you want to do?
No, I was talking about her. I was talking about Larry.
I didn't ask your black ass.
Let me stop. But look. I don't know. This whole thing with that type of shit, you get more okay, you the boss. Okay. But the thing is that, to me, the to be a true leader is to maintain bearing. We know that from the service. Motherfuckers is gonna come fucking with you and all this. It doesn't take away your title whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
But let me say this to you. Like you do maintain your bearing, but she's human. And again, we don't know to what extent they doing the shit that they doing to her. And she might have just had enough. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's hard to, like, I definitely think that it was unprofessional. But what's disturbing to me is usually, like, if you think about how when they telling on folks and what they doing, they usually give a context about what was said or what conversation was. All that they're doing, like even with the Zoom call, they're not even they're not giving us the recording, and they're not giving us what was said. They're just giving us what she said. So I have a problem with that, because if I look at it like this: if my kids came to me and they said, the teacher said this to me, my first question would be, well,
what did you say?
What did you say to them? And that doesn't mean that what you said was correct, but I know that in order for the teacher to have said something, either you did something or you said something. So I need to know what it is before I go check her. I need to know what context, what was going on. I need to know the whole story. And they're failing to give us the whole story about what was said.
So basically we shouldn't jump to the gun, because from what you're saying, it sounds like to me there's more to the conversation, and they didn't put that part out, but they just put her part out, basically giving you one side of the story instead of the whole story.
It has to be something more to that. And that doesn't mean that she's right or that I'm gonna say she's right. But exactly. Why are you not telling all the story? And the fact that you're not telling all the story gives me the impression that you've done something that you ought not do, or you said something that you shouldn't have said.
I can dig that, but
Laurie should have Kadar said Laurie she should have known this was a setup.
Set up like a motherfucker.
Cut them damn cameras off.
Right. It's on a damn Zoom call. You can tape Zoom like we tape it every week. Zoom. Yeah, the whole Zoom. You can tape it, you can edit it, you can do all that shit. Now you done let some shit, you sitting up here, either you too old to not know that can happen. You just didn't give a fuck. That's what that was.
Well, but why are they not? But if they got it, why are they not showing it? Because they show everything else. So if she said it and you have a recording, or you have something proving that she said it, why is nobody playing it? Because that would make me think that you said some shit that you don't want me to see. Like something happened in there that you don't want me to see. So you want to dictate to me what was said, and it's only what she said.
And the funny part is the news is all on board for dictating what she said. Or
of course they are. What do you mean?
They a lie. It's
she's a black sheep, but they always jump on Auntie Laurie. And that's why I said, like, to me, as much stuff as Daily did, Daily never got as much. He never got talked about the way she gets talked about. And every time she do something, they quick to do it. Like it's nothing. It's nothing for them to talk about her.
Well, you can't erase what's there. I mean, she said.
I agree. All I'm saying is it's something more to it than what they're telling us, and it's obvious. It's obvious to me just because if she said it and you all have it on recording, why are you not recording it? Because it's pieces missing. They're only telling what she said. There was a conversation that took place. It's a bunch of white men, a bunch of white lawyers in a room with her. And the only thing that's being reported is what she said. She wasn't having a conversation by herself. So what was said, and why are we not getting the entirety of what happened?
Well, it's going to make everybody else look fucked up too, 10-1. I mean, I agree with that.
My point.
Yeah, Laurie, man, she a lawyer.
She wasn't the only one wrong. She was wrong, but she wasn't the only one in that situation that was wrong.
Well, we know 2 wrongs don't make it right. I mean,
but it damn sure make you even.
Well,
she said, "Make you even."
And I say it makes you even because if you think about it, if me and you doing something that we ain't got no business doing, and I just go tell, well, Kennard over there, he done tore up all your shit, but I was right next to you tearing up the other piece. If I don't tell on me, why am I over there telling on you, right? And if I'm telling on you, and you be like, well, damn. She was standing next to me doing the same shit. Yeah. Well, it don't make Kennard right for tearing up the first one, but it make me look really suspicious, and I'm gonna look at you sideways because you was doing the same shit, and you decided you want to snitch on Kennard, but you didn't tell on yourself. You could have just shut the fuck up and wouldn't nobody know what nobody did. But since you want to tell, let's tell it out.
I mean, yeah, but that's too much. Like, right, like I say, they're gonna play that card. You know, they got the Italians behind them on this one, and I still believe that they're gonna get paid. They probably gonna.
And they might, but I'm gonna stand behind Auntie Laurie because just like them Italians got them Italians behind there, Auntie Laurie got my black kid behind me. Y'all better ride with her too. And I don't care about you.
She said, "Better ride with Laurie.
Better ride with her too."
Oh, yeah.
We just gonna take it to the barbershop. That's all.
She out here taking all the white girls. Ain't nobody fucking with her.
First of all, you married, so what you care about her getting all the white girls? That ain't your business. That ain't none of your business.
My fault.
That ain't none of your business.
Nah, but look, I can't. This one here, this between her, that motherfucking Kim Fox and Priska, I'm done. It's too much shit been happening in this city. And granted, they came into a city that was fucked up. I get that. And maybe, I don't think I'm holding them to a higher standard. I got to a stage in my life to where I kind of pay a little close. I'm going to be honest with you. What really kind of made me follow, and I really don't follow the way I should, but what really made me pay attention to politics was when Bush was in office. That was a wake-up call for me. And so ever since then, I've been kind of like, I pick out 1 or 2 here and there to kind of look at and see what they're doing. But Bush was the main reason why I even would give 2 seconds to any type of politicians. Because that dude was fucked up, period.
Well, it wasn't, I would say, yeah, but he was a puppet. He was an actual, Dick Cheney was running all that.
Okay.
Running more so than he was. It was saying that for them invading Iraq, we just pushing it. We just got to go over there and get it. And even thinking about this now, they did the same thing Russia just did. That's the same thing. They did the same thing. They ain't find no nuclear weapons, no nothing. And America today is not even sanctioned for that.
Wow.
You can't invade a country and just assume that it was them.
Right.
And just say it was them.
Right.
And that's what they did. They did the same thing. They just did the same thing Russia just did to Ukraine.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Why you think so? Why you think they doing this type of shit?
What you mean? Like what them invading Iraq? They just want a war. They want to get quote unquote weapons from Saddam Hussein. That's what they did. He didn't want to be their puppet no more.
Right.
What?
Huh? What'd you say, Alicia?
I said what? I missed it.
Oh, talking about Saddam Hussein. They said they went over there to get the weapons, quote unquote, from him, but he didn't want to be their puppet anymore.
They didn't want to send
So they had to get rid of him.
That's what you think that was about?
Huh? No. Russia and Ukraine is totally different. I'm just saying they invaded Iraq the same way Russia did Ukraine without no steps to do that. And they didn't do it. They just went over there. But America is not sanctioned. Ain't nobody did anything. That was cool.
Did you just give us a rule that they like we adhere to? Like, when did this become America's business?
Yeah, that's a good question.
True.
Like when? Like when? And then at the end of the day, who America gonna side with that's gonna be agreeable to us? Because it looks like they leaning towards Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
But Ukraine, the same folk that just told all the African and Caribbean and people that look like us that they had to get off trains and get
I
off
saw that. Yep.
and let all those Ukrainians, the white folks on there, so they can get out safely. And all those students and shit that were not from there, they were made to wait, right?
Yep. They even let the animals on there. One of the guys said.
And what people
Dogs,
don't talk
cats.
about, as fucked up as right, animals went before black folks. So you think that I want to send my son over there or somebody that look like them who they made wait and have no respect for to and how they were turned around at the Poland borders and somebody from, I don't know if he was the president or whoever he was from Poland, basically said they didn't want no black folks over there. And they're gonna turn every last one of them around. The Ukrainians can come over there, but the blacks cannot, and they will not let them in there. And he said that out of his mouth on CNN. So, and when you talk about Russia, they try to act like Russia's so bad, but Russia was
right.
Russia was actually the only world power that fought against apartheid. The only one. They stood strong against that. So I'm going, and then when you look at the U.S., motherfucker, you think I'm getting killed over here? I'm getting shot. I ain't getting justice, but you think I'm about to stand with y'all to go fight with some motherfuckers who doing the same shit to us over there? Like how? How's it any of our business? How's the gas prices going up and we ain't got shit to do with none of this? Like how?
Right. You heard what he said earlier. He said it had nothing to do with us. He had nothing to do with his office.
But if and since you said we're not sanctioned, we're not involved, how are we impacted? Like financially, why is our gas prices going up when we ain't got shit to do with that? We ain't involved in it, we ain't doing nothing, but everything is creeping. And they said it's going to go higher. So why are we being affected? And we're being affected because no matter whose side they take, if they don't take no side, war is big business, and the United States is already supporting, whether we know it or not, they're supporting already. They started supporting them before they were invaded. They've already decided who they're supporting, and they've already given support to them by way of money.
You know what? My belief is that NATO said, no, they don't. They don't make nuclear weapons. Who's to say they ain't brought none over there?
But let me say this. In a world when everybody wants to fucking war, why do you have a say in how many nuclear bombs I get to have? Like the reality of it, none of y'all should have them. But if Russia got them, if China got them, if Japan got them, if the US got them, why Ukraine can't have them? And if they got them, why are you trying to start some shit with them? Because if you got them, why they can't have them? But whatever the case is, they didn't get them by themselves, and that's what I'm saying. Like
That's what I
America
was
is
saying.
known for being underhanded, and they
Yep.
support their
So is.
their enemy will be their friend in 2.5 seconds, and then will become their enemy again 5 seconds after that. So I mean, the reality of it is, this all some bullshit, and it has nothing to do with the people of Ukraine, has nothing to do with the people of Russia, has nothing to do with us.
Yep.
You got people with money fighting over shit that we don't understand, we don't know nothing about, probably don't have nothing to do with no nuclear war, but I can guarantee y'all money that the United States got their hand in it. They done sent money, they done sent weapons, and they probably got a game plan and probably got soldiers somewhere that we don't know shit about.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
They already sent money. They sent a lot of money over there
I'm
already.
saying they was sending money.
Oh
They
yeah, prior to it.
shit. They
Yeah,
sent money to
before it
start this
started, they
shit.
was.
They didn't gave money and weapons to start the shit. It's probably whatever side they decided they was gonna take. When they started this shit, they probably incited this shit. They sent soldiers over
Yep.
wherever they sent them. It's soldiers over there. They're just waiting for it to kick off so they can. And the real reality of this, we don't. America has never given a shit about being equitable or freeing people or whatever. They want, it's some natural oil, it's some natural, it's some money to be made over there, and that's why they going over there.
Yep.
The other country.
But all of them are bullshit. Like all of them are garbage.
Yep.
All of them are garbage.
Yeah,
Because you essentially have people that are poor in all these countries. They're going to be affected by it. Like people that are in United States military, in Ukraine, in Russia, those people will be affected. Those people will lose their lives. They will have to leave their families. They will be put in these positions, and they don't know why they fight and have nothing to do with it. And in hindsight, it won't even be about that. It won't be anything important that they're fighting over. Nothing.
That shit crazy.
I mean, I just think it's crazy. Like, we spent 20 years in the Middle East, only to be out for less than a year to have to go over to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was somebody in the group. I don't know if it was Alicia or maybe it was Eb or maybe Will. Somebody put it up. There was a video. They were serving it was Eb. They were serving the soldiers crab legs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, what's up with that shit? And I'm like, that's kind of. Now I know, like I say, well, at least you know this. I mean, well, at least on my post, like I said, Schofield, like I stayed in K Quad, okay, and you had E Quad. E Quad was the closest one to us, and they had some decent food, but it was close to get to, so that's pretty much where you went. But if you went over there where MI was at, they had the best food. Now MI was military intelligence, but they shit was way across coast. And you had to it was either a real long walk or you had to drive down there to go to A Quad. Now, I've never, in 3 years, I only did 3 years. In those 3 years, I've never seen nothing like that in a chow hall. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but in all fairness to them, they also have, from what I understand now, they have these cars, these move cars, where if they touch the card and the card comes a certain color, the fucking drill sergeant got to get away from them. So we're not talking about the same army.
Oh.
Exactly. We had Cadence that used to cuss and talk all kind of shit. They can't do that now. So it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that they niggas getting crab legs. I remember basic training. If we had crab legs, you better not touch them, right? You could only eat. I remember in basic training, we couldn't have pop. Like you could.
I remember Kennard coming back talking about he had pop in a long time.
Right, you can't have pop. It was there, but you better not touch it.
Oh,
that shit was in the chow hall. It was, you could eat potatoes, you could eat rice, you could eat some plain shit. Don't you go over there grabbing that good shit. That ain't for you. That ain't for you, Prab. Come back over here. That ain't for you. You fucking basic training. And you couldn't even have dessert. Like I remember we couldn't even have those sweets. You better not touch that shit. And you had 10 minutes to eat.
Yep. And then 10 minutes.
That was it.
As soon as you walk out, go.
Right. And don't be the last person to sit down because you got 3 minutes.
Yep. That's real.
Now you can play with it if you want
to. So why they feeding them this crab legs?
Cause it's the new army. They pussies. Pussies. This generations are pussies. You can't. They cry.
Wow.
They sad. They sorry. They can't do nothing. They can't function. Anytime you got a car that turn a certain color and the drill sergeant get to leave you alone, what part of the army is that? Cause I ain't never know. I've had drill sergeant. I remember my drill sergeant used to get drunk as hell, and come up in the barracks, and he would be drunk. He'd be barking on the intercom, flip on the light, and smoke your ass at 3 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody did shit, but he drunk, and that's what he feel like doing. And who the fuck we gonna tell? Don't nobody give a shit. Don't nobody give a shit. He'll be smoking the shit out of you 3 o'clock in the morning. You still sleep, throwing up, whatever. And then he finished doing whatever he want to do. You take his drunk ass back downstairs, and you trying to clean up and understand what the hell just happened. But nobody came to your rescue, and nobody said you needed a timeout, a car, you needed a break.
So what? So why are they making them soft or allowing them to be soft?
First of all, the Army is not making them soft. We're turning these folks into pussies. We making these kids think that every feeling they have got to be validated. Everybody care about your feeling. Everybody get a trophy, even when you come in 10th place. Nigga, you not a winner. A winner's come in first place. Like, and it's only one. You might be two sometimes. But you can't come in if you get 10, like you gotta try harder. And we're not teaching these people, we're not raising our kids to say, hey, well, you didn't win shit. You gotta try hard. You gotta train hard. You gotta do better. Like 10 plate, nigga, that's not okay. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Know, you did a good job. You trained, but you need to train harder because you didn't win that. You didn't win that. Right. And we're not teaching them that. We're teaching them that 10th place is okay because as long as you try. No, sir. Not if you're looking to be the winner. You gotta beat the first person that came in first, which means you have to train harder. Period. And we're not telling them that. We're trying to make it seem like it's okay not to be a winner. You're a winner anyway. Well, no, you're not because you didn't come in first place.
Yeah, they changed that's what it is. Alicia's 100% right. And then that's the thing where, everything is so lax now. You can't. When my dad was in, like, will you ever see Full Metal Jacket?
I love that movie.
It's probably one of my favorites too. Full Metal Jacket. Now, even though that was the Marine Corps, that was as close to the military as you could get. That was all real. Now, when my dad was in, they'll hit a motherfucker. They cuss, they do all that. That was the Army my dad was in. You know what I'm saying? When he was stationed at Fort Hood, and he went to Korea. But yeah, they would jack a motherfucker up. Them drills didn't play that bullshit. But when I got in, they outlawed all of that. But they couldn't cuss you out. But they could scream and hoot and holler and yell, and you be scared. I mean, real shit, you be shook.
Ours could cuss us out. And I was in co-ed, and Drill Sergeant Slide would cuss, he'd cuss you clean the fuck out. He would call me by somebody else's name and make me answer. And when I wouldn't answer, he'd smoke the shit out of me. I went through basic training being called Vaughn. That was not my last name, but it was another soldier in there who looked like me, and he made me answer to Vaughn. That was my motherfucking name for the remainder of basic training.
But basic is you get your ass kicked. Ain't no other way to say it. Now I don't know about so much as now. I mean, this new Army.
If they got cards to turn their emotions like mood cards, I could almost bet they ain't getting their ass whooped.
This is some punk shit.
That's crazy.
It's what it is.
That's like setting them up for failure, because if a war really breaks out, nigga, you ain't eating no crab legs.
Well, I mean, the crab legs wouldn't be an issue. The crab, but
I'm just saying, just no discipline, period.
For me, because if you can't, the thing about basic training, as severe as it sounded, if I got a rifle and I'm depending on you to watch my 6 or my 12, right, and you got to put your hand on a move card, and depending on what it changed color, that means you need a timeout. Bitch, I don't want you behind me.
In the middle of bullets being flying across our head. Man, I ain't feeling it today.
Leave him in the rear, take his gun and his bullets. Because whatever he gonna do is not gonna be good. Like, war is stress. Shooting a gun is stress. Being in a foxhole with some I remember throwing grenades and being like you ain't lived till you been gassed. Till you been gassed.
I heard about it.
Gas. You ain't lived till you done inhaled that gas and came out with your eyes burning and throwing up.
Yep, and throwing up and slobbing. Yeah.
That's real living. But I'm talking about just to
I
physically
heard about it.
experience that shit. You ain't live. So if you touching cars and you in there with the gas mask on, they make you take that shit off. Then you got to come out. Your eyes is running. Your eyes burning. You throwing up. You can't control the shit. Nose running. And you got you got a card in your hand. I'm about to slap the shit out of you. I'm about to slap the shit out of you.
That's
and
crazy.
Oh, by the way, after you get through doing all this shit, after you come out that gas chamber, nigga, it's just 9 o'clock in the morning. We got more shit to do. We got a whole rest of the day to do some shit. We about to climb some shit. We about to go get some rocket launchers, back blast area all clear. But you need a card. Now you got a rocket launcher on your shoulder. And I'm your battle buddy. I'm your partner. But you gotta touch a card. And I have to trust that your ass with a rocket launcher on your shoulder and I'm by you. I'm gonna trust that you ain't gonna shoot me with that money. No, and they put him in the rear. He got mental health issues. Put him in the rear.
I mean, Alicia, they always been looking for bodies, but I think it's just, it's a PC thing. Nah, it's like, it's just.
Yeah, but how dangerous is that to soldiers though?
That's what I'm saying.
You can't function that nobody hollering at you. I don't want you next to me with no. I mean, and even when you look at a basic training, if you can't handle a person yelling at you, why I want you next to me with a fucking live grenade, a rocket launcher?
That's gonna make louder noise.
And you remember night moves, right? You remember night move where they shooting them tracers, and you see them tracers. Do I want you behind my ass fucking around with me? Or remember the night rounds when y'all used to have to go with the compass and y'all go on teams and y'all got to go look for shit. But this bitch is holding a card, and depending on how he or she feel, they may or may not move, or they may start breaking down and crying. We in the middle of the goddamn mountains in the fucking dark, trying to figure out where to go, and you just broke down. You just had a whole meltdown, and now instead of trying to figure out where we going, which direction we going in, we trying to comfort Joey. No, nigga, you need to go. You need to go serve child. You need to be in the child hall serving food because you're dangerous or you're a problem.
Serve the food. Fuck that. Put their ass in the Peace Corps.
Well, but you know, sometimes they might let them serve the food, or they might let them pack the parachutes. I'm gonna let them go over there to the food because I don't want them packing the parachute. Man, I
gonna let them pack shit.
But that's my point. But they gave him a gun and a rocket launcher and a grenade.
With a car.
Figure out where we safe.
With a car.
And that car, because
they gonna pull a car out before they put a mag in.
They done lost their BDU. They done lost a rifle. They done lost the Kevlar.
Right, they gonna pull a car before they put a mag in.
They got that car. They got the car before they got anything else. You in formation at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And they waving the car
because they got up on the wrong way. So they waving that car. Drill sergeant. I can't play today because my card is black. That means I'm in a bad mood. I'm having a bad day. I got to go back and lay down. How?
Okay, so go ahead, retire to the barracks.
It's like, go ahead, retire to the barracks.
Right. You laying in the barracks while everybody, because you know what happened now. You got a black card, so you get to go lay your ass down. Everybody else getting smoked because you did that shit.
Right. See, Will, by the way, they military is pro mass punishment. I don't think that's staged. So if you fuck up, then we gotta pay for it.
Right. Why you laying down?
I got some understanding to it.
Look, if you ever get a chance, read Full Metal Jacket. That'll tell you everything you need to know about basic training. I don't think the Marine Corps was different from us. Now that was a Marine Corps setting, but that setting was just like the Army I was in.
That's real life.
That's real. Everything that you saw in there is real.
Wow.
All that shit is real. They was in there cleaning the weapons. They was in there doing.
Yeah, my oldest daughter, mother, she was in the military. She was in Fort Hood and she had to go to Korea. So she used to tell me the gas mask, all that. Gas mask. You couldn't play around at all.
You ain't lived till you been gassed.
That's what she told me. I was like, man,
time right there.
Man, she like stuff that came out of her, she didn't even recognize what it was.
Man,
like just everything.
What's funny about it is that when they take you to that gas chamber, everybody like, okay, you seal your mask, you think you good, because you think it's
Yeah,
just
that's
gonna
what
be
she said. Yeah,
a little tears or something. You
yeah.
ain't really prepared for the shit that they gas. You ain't prepared. You ain't ready for that shit. You ain't ready for it.
Wow.
You ain't ready for it. But everybody that come out of that gas chamber, they all like this, and they throwing up. They all like this.
Doing
All
it,
like this.
yeah. And slobbering and coughing and gagging and vomiting.
Throwing up and farting and all kind of shit. You just don't know
She
what's
said
going on.
fart.
Hey, I'm real shit. Real that's so
I'm serious.
you know what? You can go. It ain't like when we was in. When we was in, they didn't have all this technology. You can go on YouTube right now. Matter of fact,
And they probably filmed it.
yeah, they got videos from basic. See.
Damn, that's crazy.
Now, because now you can see what it was without actually being in it. But we know we can look at a video and say that really happened, or no, that's some bullshit. But there's videos that I actually saw people coming out of a gas chamber and people in the gas chamber of how it really is. Man, that's something that you'll never forget. You will never forget that, because I never forgot it. This shit happened to me, what was that? 20 years ago?
It's been more than 20 years for me.
22 years. Yeah, I've never forgot it. It's just, and my dad was in. Same thing. My dad was in 30 years before I was. So
my daddy went to the Navy. I don't think they did.
Oh no, I got an uncle that was in the Navy, and
I got a couple. Yeah, I got an uncle, a couple of cousins in the Navy.
They a little soft. Hell.
That's what I heard.
That's
what I heard.
The Navy and the Air Force, they ain't. You better not depend on them for no physicalities. That ain't what they do.
They more of a tech branch. They
they more the brains of the. You don't really want them fighting and shit. They don't do that.
They well, you got the SEALs.
He said,
Okay, but the SEALs is an elite group. We talking about the whole Navy. The Navy as a whole.
She said the whole Navy.
You don't really expect.
When the last time we had? When the last time we had war? We had a war on water.
Well, but so the Navy will go out there, and so with the Air Force. But what you don't want, I don't want nobody in the Navy or the Air Force behind me
on the ground.
Yeah, I don't want them in the foxhole with me.
They might have the cards.
Now, you know what? They may not have the card, but I'm sure that they weapon is probably clean as shit, because it ain't never been
fired.
They ain't really clear how to maneuver that weapon. Like I ain't really sure that they know where to point it at, and if they gonna get it mass center, or if they gonna even hit the target. Like we ain't really clear. They done shot it a couple, 2-3 times, but not enough to really be effective with it. So they need to go on the ship, because they need to do some shit.
They belong on a yacht.
Right. They need a
big ass yacht
target. They need a wider target. That's it.
All right, Alicia, let me ask you this. If you had a choice between being in a foxhole with an Army reservist or a Navy, whatever the fuck you call them, which one?
What they call them?
Is the navalman permanent party?
Yeah.
Permanent party. I don't want no reservists in no foxhole with me.
That's crazy.
So know what you know about the Navy. You would still go Navy over Army Reserve?
Hell yeah. Look, because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, right?
Okay.
Because we're going to liken a reservist to a fucking a visitor, right? Yeah. So you may come in, you're going to go to base training, you're going to learn all the other good shit, right? Okay. But when you get through with that, you're going to take your ass back home.
You go back home, yeah.
Right. So I'm going to assume that you're going to forget a lot of that shit, right? When you go home, because you ain't practicing. They ain't fucking with you like they fucking with me every day, because you back in the real world.
Right.
So there's a full war break out.
Right.
They dropped you right in the foxhole with you.
Right. They may say, hey, come, I want you to come back in here and I'm put you in this foxhole.
They just came from IHOP, smell like maple syrup.
Somebody that's been in the service this whole time. Don't send me nobody that went home and chill for 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. Smell like maple syrup and bacon.
Right. Give me the Navy person, because at the very least, somebody in the Navy that's permanent party, they still got that military mentality. Don't send me nobody that's been kicking it and drinking and hanging out and going to school and shit for 6 months and then stick them in the fire. No, sir. Because you got to retrain them all over again. So you basically are fooling with somebody that ain't been through basic training.
At least
you
gonna be
gave
like,
them a rifle and put them in there with me. No, ma'am.
at least it's gonna be like, Private, is that grade A maple syrup on your breath?
No, I'm gonna climb right out of this foxhole. Be like, it's bullshit. I'm climbing out of the foxhole, and I'm gonna be the third man in somebody else's foxhole. I'm not doing this over here.
Is that grade A maple syrup on your breath?
Somebody else. I'm going to somebody else's shit.
Is that bacon I smell?
Them reserve cats, man, they don't know shit. They just
Right.
You ain't there. It's just like if you fucking say you got a summer job, right?
Yeah.
Say you work the summer job, right? And then you don't go back to that job again till
To the next summer.
That's actually better of an advantage than the fucking reservists. Them motherfuckers work what, like a weekend, a month, like
yeah,
a year. You don't know shit. You really don't. And the funny thing is, when shit pop off, the first motherfuckers to go is them.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Yep. Be out there because it sounds good. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm only doing 2 weeks out the year, and I can get college money and all this other shit. Them be the motherfuckers that they send out there first. So it's a chance that you could very well be in a foxhole with this motherfucker. He don't know how to do that. He forgot.
Right.
And that's how you go look at him when he get in that foxhole with you. This motherfucker.
Right, I know. That's why I said, Alicia, is that Italian beef dipped with sweet peppers and hot peppers on your breast?
I'm over here eating MREs. Why I eat MREs that I got
right, you like
to and shit.
Like you got to pull it with your teeth.
You gotta go. You gotta go right now over here smelling like breakfast. Go.
Is that grade A maple syrup on your breath?
Gotta go. Gotta get out
of here. Yeah, I just came from IHOP 2 days ago.
Right. And we gonna all beat your ass when we make it through because it don't make no sense.
Hey, which one's the mag I'm supposed to hand to you?
Hey, but you have GI parties. Like, I didn't think that was real till I got in. GI parties really happen. That's another thing. That's what I'm saying. Will you get a chance? Watch full.
I'm gonna take a look at it. Yeah.
They probably ain't got no GI parties. If somebody recorded a GI party, that's interesting.
Let me just sit around this silly. They don't require you to take that. Weird shit. Yeah. They don't even ask me. I big money. I don't big fry. I'm telling you, let me I ain't done this.